With all the changes that came with the new Season 4 update, there's rumors that interior defense has been buffed. Is that fact or cap? Y'all sound off in the comment section below. I just got done watching the homie Brutal Sim's video. Salute to the homie Brutal Sim. Appreciate your work and all your efforts in keeping us all up to date. But this is where I first heard the rumor that interior defense has been buffed. Have you guys been playing Season 4? Have you noticed a buff to interior defense, or have you noticed a nerf to finishing? Because those are two very different things. It's hard for me to believe that there was an interior defense buff, because 2K has always had issues with interior defense. It just has never been, in my experience, this poorly developed as we see in 2K23. And up to this point, I think Mike Wang wins the Cap of the Year award. Salute to our homie AllCity Big Heck for putting this tweet in our Discord yesterday. Mike Wang responding to a tweet about interior defense saying, "From all of our internal and external playtesting sessions, I'm pretty confident that mashing is dead. If there's still an exploit there, we'll patch it." That was sent out on September 1st, 2022. We are now 4 seasons into NBA 2K23, and the preference for most players is to drive and mash in the paint, rendering interior defense completely irrelevant, completely useless. The homie Brutal Sim saying that Mike Wang and the development team for 2K is putting forth their best effort to address the cries from the community. So I need you guys to sound off on whether or not you feel interior defense did indeed get a buff, or did 2K just nerf finishing. I feel that if interior defense did get a buff, I will be getting back on the game, because that's one of the most major prevalent problems in NBA 2K23 that makes the game just feel goofy. Everybody noticing that folks are in the paint mashing and still getting the rock back after a good contest. It's really demoralizing to the defense. As a matter of fact, I'm getting on the game today to see if this interior defense buff is indeed true. It should be easily noticeable. It shouldn't be something that's that difficult to take notice of. And considering that most players are paint mashing anyway, we should have a lot of points of reference to see if this interior defense did get buffed. The reason why I don't have faith in 2K addressing interior defense is because over the last few years, poorly developed mechanics have been plaguing 2K in regards to paint defense. So I don't think 2K will get it all right in one patch or one hotfix. Upon reviewing some of the tweets that Mike Wang sent out in the beginning of the year, and I would like to mention, Mike Wang has disappeared. Where in the world is Mike Wang? We don't know. I'm sure if we got an answer from Mike Wang, we'll hear, well, he's working on NBA 2K24. And we hear this every single year. Mike Wang and the development team disappear after they put forth a ton of effort in regards to connecting with the 2K community just to sell the game. And that all happens in the beginning of the year. And then from mid to end of the year, we don't hear anything from them. Same routine, same thing every single time. But one thing that we noticed in regards to players, offensive players getting the ball back, was when somebody sent out a tweet inquiring about pump fakes in the paint, and Mike Wang responded that if you get a player to bite and jump at a pump fake, then that defensive player is going to be met with a cooldown, a penalty on the defensive player for taking the bait and biting at a pump fake. And that had me thinking, hey, hold on. So there's no way that 2K can know why my player jumped in the paint, whether it was against a pump fake or whether it was just a good contest. Unless there's contact, 2K is in no way gonna know that that player was jumping at a pump fake. So that led me to the theory that 2K puts this cooldown on anybody who's jumping in the paint. And that theory somewhat proves to be true, because the offensive players are consistently getting their hands back on the rock. Even when there's a good contest, it seems like the defense is met with a penalty and a cooldown before being able to react again. And I know a lot of you players are like, well, that's just pogo stick. No, it is not. I'm sorry to tell you, I run pogo stick at the max level Hall of Fame, along with a ton of other players who feel very similar to me in the reality that interior defense just plays horribly, and the mechanics and physics behind interior defense in NBA 2K23 are the worst they have ever been. So when I read a tweet from Wang saying that they're offering a penalty to defensive players who are biting in the paint, especially when 2K is not honoring the 3-second rule, oh man, I almost blew a gasket. I was so upset to see that tweet. I'm gonna see if I could pull it up. This is the tweet here. He says, we made a change to where if you bite on a pump fake, there's a cooldown timer on the landing, during which it's much easier to get blown by. And my argument in yesterday's live stream is that if you get someone to bite on a pump fake, they jump in the air, getting them to bite is already the reward in itself for the offense. The offense should be able to finish for 2 points if you got them to jump. It is what it is. There is no need to penalize the defense after they've jumped. The penalty is already there. 2K is saying that when you land, that's when we're gonna deliver the penalty to the defender. And that makes all the sense in the world to our experience on 2K23, because as interior defenders, we cannot get our hands on the ball even after making absolutely amazing contests in the paint. You're out there watching. I think even offensive players are watching their teammates go up in the paint and they're already like shaking their hair like, oh man, this is about to be a block. And then indeed it is a block, but the offensive player gets their hands right back on the rock. And it's so unrealistic. It's obvious that there's something wrong with the physics here, because the defensive players seem to be in good position to get their hands and get like a D board out of it, but instead the O board is given to the offense and they go right back up and do the same stupid ish again. If 2K honored the 3-second rule, this whole experience in regards to interior defense would be a whole lot different, but 2K definitely doesn't honor the 3-second rule, and you accompany that with poor interior defensive mechanics. Oh my god, it's just a nightmare out there. So the rumor is that 2K has addressed interior defense and there has been a buff. We don't yet know if that buff is to interior defense or there is indeed a nerf to finishing. I need you guys to sound off in the comment section below. The theory that I have for the improvement in perimeter defense this year is that they just slowed down the offense. They didn't really improve perimeter defense. The offense is just so much more slowed down than we've experienced in previous versions of 2K. And that seems to be the tactic and approach that 2K normally takes, in which the answer is right in front of you. It just begs you to do a little bit more work to bring that to fruition. 2K takes a shortcut, and like they did with perimeter defense, they just slow down the offense instead of improving perimeter defense. So when I hear that 2K buffed interior defense, to me, it seems more likely that 2K will just nerf finishing before they improve interior defense. Interior defense just needs too much work. But we finna find out today, and I'll definitely get back to you on that. Thank you so much for tuning in. Y'all be sure to keep it locked right here at AllCity Live TV, because we got a bunch more NBA 2K23 news, information, and updates coming your way. Drop a like, drop a sub on your way out. I'll catch you guys on the next video or live stream. Easy, y'all.